Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video we are going to talk about the Tropical-Rouge Precure Animage special issue with lots of super interesting information about the season that we love so much. Before I start talking about the actual info that we have, which are pretty interesting, I need to do a very special shout out to Ayu, who was the person who read and translated all those informations for us. She shared those informations on her personal Twitter, and I'm gonna leave a link to her Twitter in the description of this video. And Ayu is also the editor, the host, the owner, and the creator of Sparkle Side Chats with Magical Girl Ayu, a podcast focused on magical girl content. Oh my god, this is really incredible. It's a great podcast, and I have been a guest in 2 different episodes. One talking about my dear season, Happiness Charge Precure, my beloved, one of my favorites, and also more recently, it was released last week, Fairy Danmaru. You all know how much I love Fairy Danmaru, so yes, we talked about both of those series in different periods of time. Obviously, they're available. There are lots of episodes concerning lots of magical girl shows. There are also other creators of magical girl content on the internet who talk to her on her podcast as well. So please go take a listen. So let's start. Before we start talking about the actual information, there are 3 names that we need to remember because they are going to be very prominent in those interviews. They are Tsuchida Yutaka, who is the director of Tropical-Rouge, Nakatani Yukiko, who is the character designer of Tropical-Rouge, and Murase Aki, who is one of the producers of Tropical-Rouge. And for us to start, let's divide this into sections and start with character sections. Let's share some information concerning each of the characters, starting with our lead Cure Summer. Among the process of creating Natsumi Manatsu, she had different names, or actually different names were thought for her, as in Natsu, Natsumi, or Natsuki. Manatsu was described by the director as a dummy you just have to love. Episode 34 was very difficult to write because they had to balance Manatsu's personality, which is enjoy every day, enjoy the moment, with avoiding not looking like she is procrastinating on her future. And I particularly think they did a great job. Episode 34 was amazing. And the lipstick was chosen for Manatsu because it's the easiest for children to use. Murase was against white as a color for Manatsu because it felt undecided. But he was all for a non-pink lead Cure. Manatsu was designed with her island girl origin in mind, but Nakatani also designed her as if she was a protagonist of a boys series. Now let's go to Cure Coral. Cure Coral, or Sango, was written to be a city girl that Manatsu could look up to, and it's obviously a counterpoint to Manatsu coming from an island, a smaller city. And that is why she is so fashionable. And while designing her, Nakatani looked at fashion magazines for teens to get inspirations for Sango's look. Cure Coral has many hearts in her design because she is the leader of cute. Nakatani believes that Moko Moko Coral diffusion came from Tsuchida looking at her design. And Tsuchida was also the one to give her the X shield. Tsuchida, thank you so much for creating this awesome shield for Cure Coral. It's visually very, very nice. I really love every time she does it because, like, visually, it really calls your attention and it has kind of an impact. So I love it. Now let's talk about Cure Papaya. Cure Papaya's glasses were such a strong point in her design. Actually, Minori's glasses were such a strong point in her design that they considered keeping it after the transformation. This was the saddest info. Just imagine if Cure Papaya had glasses. How cool would that be? They avoided making Minori a nerd character, and they were worried her character wasn't distinct enough. Yui Ishikawa, who is the voice actor of Minori, helped giving her a lot of character. Eyelashes were Papaya's charm points instead of eyeshadow because it would stand out more. This was Nakatani's idea, but was finalized with the producers and they accepted her idea. Papaya's earrings were not done to have the beam intention. They were not created for her to use as her beam. This was a decision made by Tsuchida, and Nakatani only discovered she was gonna have her eye lasers after watching the opening. Papaya's Beam was only created after the Tropical-Rouge short movie that aired together with the Healing Good movie, and that's why she doesn't use her signature move in it. Now let's talk about Cure Flamingo, our queen Asuka. Before deciding on the name Cure Flamingo, there were two names they were going for. The first was Cure Phoenix, and the second was Cure Volcano. Cure Phoenix ended up not being the real one. Cure Volcano ended up not being the real one either, but they actually used the Phoenix name for the name of the academy, the Phoenix Gakuen, that Asuka wants to enroll in. Asuka's skirt was going to be longer. She is a Sukeban-inspired character. Sukeban is a term that means delinquent girl and can refer to the leader of the gang or the gang itself. In Asuka's case, the inspiration comes from the Sukeban style. She is not supposed to be a boyish character. She was written to be a girl for girls' aspiration. Nakatani was worried about giving Flamingo boots and fishnets because it might look too mature, but was very happy when it ended up being her final design. Thank you, Nakatani, because I love this detail on Cure Flamingo so much. And Asuka was always supposed to be a former tennis player, which is why her attack is inspired by a tennis move. Now let's jump to Laura and Cure Lemire. The name Laura sounded like a strong name to Murase. He didn't want a long surname. That is kind of an irony, but it makes sense because he didn't want people to use Laura and another surname together with it. They only wanted her to be called Laura. That's why they created like this big, long surname so that people would only focus on the Laura name. And they had to use Lemire as her last name because she needed a second name for the school life that she was gonna have. It was initially planned for Lemire to have nails with multiple colors, but it didn't look good. The audition to choose the character designer was for Summer and Lemire. This is an interesting point because it shows that Lemire was already supposed to be a Cure even before we had character designer for Tropical-Rouge, so it's a decision that was probably made at the start of the production phase. Lemire's design did not go through many changes, while Summer's design did go through lots of changes during the production phase. When designing Laura, Nakatani was told that she has a good personality and she is not all the way mean, but she feels strongly she is a selfish person and very ladylike. She gave her a headband to show her hairstyle change in her human form. As to the big reveal concerning Laura's past and future, Yokotani implies we will have to watch the last episode to see the result of that. This makes me very excited but scared at the same time. What do you mean, Yokotani? Now let's talk about the amazing villain group from Tropical-Rouge. Chongire's and Numere's voice actors had to be directed to sound less motivated. Elda's voice actor only discovered she was playing a child when she saw Elda's design, and she was a little afraid that she was not going to be able to use a voice that would match the design. Girl, you rocked it because you're doing an amazing job as Elda. I love her. And the article in the magazine also states that the villain trio is indeed a family. The Witch of Delay's design is inspired by Amore Eel, and Tsuchida insisted she couldn't have legs. The Witch of Delay's voice actor said that her favorite phrase is, "I'll do it tomorrow," and her favorite member of the Cure team is Kururu. The Witch of Delay's body is a trophy because she refuses to do much apart from sleep. Yokotani says it seems she is not wearing a mask. This is weird. Very weird. I wonder what this means. Her design is meant to evoke half human, half Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. And the villains aren't seriously damaged in the opening sequence because they did not want to show little Elda in pain. Now let's talk about some more random and pretty interesting stuff concerning Tropical-Rouge as a whole. Let's start with Tanaka Aimi, who is Kururu's voice actor. She auditioned for Precure a couple of times, and she auditioned also for Cure Summer in Tropical-Rouge. But when she saw Kururun, she really went for it. In the auditions, she only had lines saying ku, not even Kururun. This woman did a stellar job to get this role, I'm pretty sure of it. Tsuchida wondered if Kururun was necessary since Laura had the fairy role in Tropical-Rouge. In the staff meetings, someone brought a seal plushie and it was enough to convince him that Kururun was indeed necessary. Thank you, person who brought the seal plushie, because Kururun is Kururun. Yuriko was written to be someone the girls would butt heads with, but not a rival. So she was made to be the student council president, so the conflicts are justified. When Nakatani was creating the designs for Yuriko, she modeled Yuriko after herself and adjusted her to be the cold character to match Asuka's hot personality. Concerning the legendary Cure, she was supposed to be someone from a tropical oasis, someone who is a big sister to the Cures with a hairstyle with a great something. It's an appealing design with cuteness and amusingness. It's also interesting to notice that the legendary Cure is called Cure Oasis. We learned that in the latest Tanoshi Yochien issue. Or was it on Otomodachi? I think it was on Otomodachi. I don't remember. But Ayu shared this information with us because she got the magazine. Talking about the excellent tropical style, Nakatani was told to make the Cures look like a royal family. She took ideas from mythology, but she couldn't decide on a shoe design. That's why the Cures don't have shoes. That's why they're barefoot in this design. Now let's talk about the inspiration behind Tropical-Rouge, which is The Little Mermaid, and how it inspired Tropical-Rouge to be, or how it inspired Tropical-Rouge not to be. We first have the information that the goal of the show is to make children happy. There's the mermaid motif, but the mermaid motif in Tropical-Rouge is very different from the mermaid motif from The Little Mermaid. It's the tale of the girls enjoying the present. When they use makeup, it's not for a prince. The team wanted a story of girls doing things for themselves, and Tsuchida asked the team to not put any romance in Tropical-Rouge for this reason. But it never crossed their minds anyway, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very glad that Precure doesn't have romance in general, because a show for girls that doesn't have romance is groundbreaking. The story of the legendary Cure was decided pretty quickly, but they wanted the overall focus of the show to be on enjoying life despite the bad things happening around you. That's the reason we have the Tropical Club, and that is the reason the Tropical Club is the focus of the season. Laura is a queen candidate, but she is not a princess. Tsuchida believed the idea of becoming a queen by succession is a similar message to becoming a princess by falling in love with a prince. It relies too much on someone else. So this is an incredible detail to me because, Laura is independent. She does everything she wants to do, not because she could have been a princess. No, she's just a regular mermaid in Grand Ocean, but she does things. And this is the message. You can do anything. I mean, this is usually the message from any Precure season. You can do anything, If you have motivation, if you have will, if you have willpower, you're going to be able to achieve it. We also have some nice details concerning the power-up forms and attacks, and the elephant and the whale shark were chosen to be the animals in the attacks because they are some of the biggest animals of the earth and sea. And last but not least, we also have the information that Grand Ocean is supposed to invoke ancient Rome. So those are some of the information that are part of the Animage special issue from Tropical-Rouge Precure. Ayu, thank you very, very much for sharing this with us, Precure fans. And this is a great experience to learn more about the Cures, to learn more about the thought process behind certain decisions of the season that we love so much. I am super happy to be able to learn more about this process behind Tropical-Rouge, and I feel like this is something that enhances the experience of enjoying a series. So that is something I am really thankful for, because this is an information that is very precious to us Precure fans, isn't it? Anyways, please go take a look at Ayu's social medias and also her podcast. I forgot to say, but she is also a translator and an artist. So if you want something translated, or if you'd like an art commissioned, just talk to her, because she is amazing. And this is a very nice time of the year because it's almost Christmas to me. I'm recording this on December 24. If you're watching this today, I wish you a great Christmas. I hope that you have a very amazing day. And no matter where you are in the world, if you celebrate Christmas or not, I wish you a great day. And I really love Christmas, even though I don't celebrate the religious part. I really like celebrating just the party, and having a time to be together with the people you love. And obviously eating a lot too, because that's part of it. Not gonna lie. And so, Merry Christmas. And tomorrow is probably a big day, because it's probably the Delicious Party Precure reveal. I cannot wait. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and a special thank you to the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very, very much for being a member, for supporting me, for standing by me and my dreams. Thank you very much. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.